Thank you. Hello, and we are live tonight at the DSBB9 house. Tonight's going to be a little different. We're not going to be interviewing any future house guests. We're actually going to be interviewing the host and creator of DSBB, Demonica. So, Demonica, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and just kind of tell everyone what you're like planning with seasons or what you've done with seasons before.
Okay, well, I'm Demonica, of course, you know that. I don't know, I'm just like a girl that's all about making things happen for myself. And, when I don't like something, I either um, create something that's like it and make it my own, or I don't know. I'm just that type of girl.
Okay. So, tonight, if anyone was wondering that is watching, I set up this interview so we could get to know Demonica even more than we already do, and we could get to know the game of DSBB a little more. So,
And I didn't get any notice either, by the way. I just got just like an hour notice.
I'm just like,
So.
let's do it. Like, it'll be a fun little addition before like we start wrapping up interviews before the season starts. Like, it just gets a little more hype build up. So we're gonna start with a fan asked question.
Oh God.
Future house guest Bryce asks, what's the most exhilarating part about hosting DSBB?
Oh God. Wow, there's so many things about this game that make me excited and give that gives me like chills, and I guess you could say. I guess the best part of this game is knowing everything and knowing what's going to happen, and watching and knowing, I guess, watching people make plans for stuff, and then knowing that their plan is not going to work out for them, or it's going to work out for them. I just think the best part is getting the reaction after I know what's going to happen to them. It's the best thing.
Okay. So, my one big question that we're really just going to keep moving back to this whole part of the interview is, when you started DSBB, did you think that it was going to be this powerful and this many like twists? And did you think that you were going to have a community of 1,000+ people that follow you and support you?
I mean, I actually don't think that my game gets the respect that it deserves. Honestly, I do believe that my game definitely is a game that is in a league of its own. I think it's definitely different from anything else on Twitter, especially. I think that even more now, because I'm always wishing that I'm in a game where I can like pull out a big ass power and change my fate. Uh, I've always told people that my game is kind of like my it's like everything that I want to do in a game that I can,
Yeah.
and pretty much everything that people want to do in a game, you can do those things in my game. My game is a fantasy, and if it's a fantasy game, it's not. It's a game that you're going to play, that you'll never have the same experience again unless you play it over and over again. And I think that's why some people play my game so many times, is because they know that they can get away with literally murder in my game. And I just think that my game is a pure reflection of how I feel in games and what I want to do in games.
That was a very, very, very detailed and great answer. Because, like, when I came into DSBB first, it was more of, okay, it's just a Big Brother game. I'm like, it's a little twisted, like, whatever. Like, this was when I first started Twitter. But just over the years, well, year and a half, so over the seasons that I've been watching DSBB, personally, I feel as if DSBB is probably the best Big Brother game on Twitter right now.
Wow.
And I feel
Thank
it
you.
can do big things, big things. But we'll get into that later.
And I'll say this. I think that what makes my game so great, and even if people are not watching it, I'm loving it. And I think the people that play the game are loving it. And I think that that's what's mostly important about my game is that it's seriously a game that you're supposed to let down your hair and throw the rules out the door. And because I mean, it's like I think Noah said it best. You don't come in make with any plans because you never know what's going to happen to you. And honestly, if it wasn't for some of the housemates that I've casted in the past, like my first season, my second season, my third season, whatever, especially my last season, the game probably would not be as good. I definitely feel like I cast people that are meant to play it.
Definitely. And I know that from experience now, sitting here helping with production for DSBB9. We're setting up this very, like, probably the best of the best cast. I feel like this cast is best for this theme. I don't think they'd fit for any other theme.
It's crazy. Like every season, I think I can't top it, and I do. It's insane.
And I give you props because it, like, just playing, it's hard, but keeping track of everything and just thinking of these ideas for games, like, just kudos to you.
I really don't think I could even survive it. Like, I think if I played my own game, I don't think that I would even make it through it.
I would say DSBB, it's very twisted. It's very just like in your face. So it's like you never know, like, because some games you could feel like, oh, this person's going to come in and they could obviously win. But with your game, it's like the best of the best players, they go first or they go last or like they go anywhere in between. Like they go out in different ways. They get evicted, they get killed, they poison bottled. Like it's everything.
It's an underdog game. It really is an underdog game, and for you to if you survive to the final three, you really should be proud of yourself because you went through hell to get there. And I feel like that's why this season is so fitting because the past players have went through hell playing my game, and the ones that have won have they deserve to win. And there have been several people that have been robbed game that I have always been like very heartbroken with you being one of them. I've been very hard, man. I knew I was getting the poster ready for that person, and they're gone. I was like, that's my poster child right there.
Yeah. Demonica, are you there? Well, while we wait for Demonica to rejoin us, we will play a fun little game I like to call Viewer's Choice. So, viewers of this live stream that are watching right now, I want everyone to pick a number 1 through 5 and just do it in the comment box now, please.
Okay, I don't know what happened.
Okay, cute, you're there. Okay, so we were just gonna play a little game I like to call Viewer's Choice. So, but you're back. So we'll just carry on with the questions.
Okay.
So we have a question from Grayson, and Grayson asked, "Who is the best player of DSBB to you, and why?"
Oh my God, Grayson. Yeah, and I'm gonna ask Grayson the same question after this. Okay. Wow. Can I have a second to think about that?
Yes.
The best player of DSBB, I would have to say, God, man, there's so many. Like, really, there's so many. But if I have to really pin down a person that played flawless, I would have to say Corey. Because Corey played this game in the complete dark. Nobody, he's like the big mystery of my game. Nobody knows what he looks like. Nobody knows, only I'm pretty sure people know what he looks like, but people that play my game, they don't know what he looks like. It's always the topic. Who is this for? Get him in here. And he played this game as a secret player, as a secret player, as a secret player, and and was taken to the final two, and then won. And I honestly getting the goosebumps thinking about his just thinking about that. But I can't really tell you, Grayson, who I feel like is the best player of this game, because honestly, I feel like everyone that has played my game, they're all like my babies, I guess, if you could say. I can't choose from. I really can't choose between them. If there was one that I would have to choose.
Okay. So let me refresh the viewer thing. Okay. So
And the second place would probably be I don't know, man. I can't even go there. I don't know. It's Amber. Amber, definitely season 1.
okay.
She played flawless game.
Okay. So going just through your seasons, I'm going to start with season 1, and I'm going to end up at 8 because I don't want to give away too much about what we think about 9 yet. But I'm gonna say the season, like DSBB1, and I just want you to give me like a word or a phrase that describes the season to you. So season 1.
Okay. Lemons.
Season 2.
Nation.
Season 3.
I mean America. America.
Okay.
Murder.
Season 4.
Oh my God. Absolute chaos. Chaos.
Season 5.
Oh my God. Paradise.
Probably the only time you'll ever hear Demonica say paradise in DSB.
It was paradise. It really was. It was a hell, paradise and hell, but it was definitely paradise.
Season 6.
Whew. Favorite.
Season 7.
Armed robbery, because I feel like a lot of people were robbed in that season because of the winner.
Okay, and finally season 8.
Oh, iconic. Iconic. It really is. Literally, because it's literally like when I'm editing the episodes, it's literally like a movie. And I just don't know. It's just so. I just wish people could see it the way that I do. And like, if I don't think that people will ever discover the Purge season until I'm on Big Brother and people are watching me and I get like huge followers and people start to watch my stuff. I think that that's when DSBB will be big after I'm done doing it. And I think that people will respect it after that. It's going to be one of those things. This game is ahead of its time. And I think that nobody will either appreciate it until I'm either dead or I'm on Big Brother.
So we have a few viewer questions coming in. We'll start with our newest one. The newest question is, what were your thoughts on Elena from season 3 of DSBB?
Actually, that would be my third place best favorite player. Honestly, I kind of liked her a lot, and because she just communicated with me a lot, and I just really wanted her to win that season. But then, that's the season that Jake entered as her and shocked us all. So I liked her, and I don't know if I still don't know to this day if I actually talked to her for real or not. Like, I mean, honestly, I don't even know if she was ever playing. I don't. I think she played in the very beginning, and then she went on vacation, and that's when Jake took over. But I fell in love with her, and when she was taken out, it was sad, and it was a huge shock when I found out who it really was.
Okay. The next viewer asked question is from Coco. And Coco asks, if you had to give any advice for other game hosts, what would it be?
Oh my God. Don't do the same thing. Like tonight, I did a competition, and honestly, I was so freaked out because I didn't think I would have to do it, and I fucked up so bad. And I feel like if I had been doing a comp that I'm that you know that I'm fit. I don't think I've ever gotten a comp except for when I was in BBLG and strategic aspects. I don't think I've ever been able to do a physical comp yet in any game that's on Twitter. And I really wish that people that host these games will come out of the box and start doing real Big Brother experiences. And I think that that's only going to happen on GH or Skype. And I think that, the people that play these games, that are playing these games, they play 1,000 of them. So they have their tricks down. They know what they need to do. They know how fast they need to be. And I'm usually at work, and I'm usually on my phone, and my phone's not going to be as fast as an iPhone. And I don't have an iPhone, and I don't give a fuck. I have other things to buy with my money instead of a fucking $700 iPhone or whatever, how much it costs these days. But anyway, I just think that doesn't mean that these games are bad. I'm just saying that I wish that everybody would get out of their shyness and come in front of the camera. And then I think the games I think I would win a lot more, honestly. I mean, I almost beat Carlos. And I'm a force to be reckoned with when it comes to any type of physical competition.
Yeah. So going back to what you said about you wanting more games to be GH or Skype based, and you want like more physical competitions. How do you kind of like put that into DSBB, and how do you make the more GH and Skype based game? Like, how do you get people from Twitter to come on and want to play and be so active, and like what makes them keep coming?
I really think that my trick of the trade has been you see, getting them out and into the cameras didn't happen until season 6. And that it happened in that season because a lot of people were cast that weren't afraid to be on camera. And I think that was my thing. But I also had another thing that I do that I feel is so brilliant, and it really, really worked. In fact, my DRs increased. By the end of the season, I had over 300 DRs from every housemate in the game because I started a DR point system. And you couldn't get any powers. I also had a power store, and you couldn't get any powers unless you did DRs. And I did group DRs, and I did individual DRs, and they all were different points. And it brought them into the game because that made people want to play, and it made the game more interactive. And I think that you need to find a way to make these people want to be on camera.
Yeah.
And I think that I did that. I think that people like Alex would not have gotten on camera 3 seasons ago if I had done that then. But I feel like these people came on camera, and they were okay with it. I mean, you can vouch for that. I mean, that was a very camera friendly season.
Yeah. DSBB was actually one of the first games that I played that involved GH and Skype. So I was relatively new to it, and it kind of just like I was thrown into it, but it was a fun experience, especially for one of those first few games. So to anyone out there watching that is afraid of coming on camera or like hearing your voice on video, you get used to it. So definitely take the experience and do it while you can, because
and
honestly,
just get lost in the moment.
Best.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you think about it, I always consider Facebook and Twitter to be in competition with each other, and for some reason, I've played uh, both sides of the spectrum. I played on the Facebook side, and honestly, I can say that I'm more successful on Facebook. I mean, I was on iSurvivor, and I was sitting really pretty, and I was doing magnificent because the game was so personal with each other, and like I was in the comps were like on camera, and most of their comps are Skype comps, and so they're on camera, and you have to be on camera or you can't win.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're always against us. It's hard for me to get people from Facebook. They're like, I want to play, and I'm like, okay, well, it's a Twitter game, and they're like, oh no, if it was on Facebook, I would play. And you know what? It pisses me off because I'm like, what the fuck, are you too good to be on fucking Twitter? But I think what it really is that we're just a lot more ruthless on Twitter, and they're just weaker. They can't handle me on Facebook, so I don't go over there that much.
So, Grayson asked, what was it like to accumulate a cast for season 1?
Well, first of all, when I started season 1, I had just had a bad experience in a game called DDBB, which is David Davis, Big Brother. It's one of the first original Big Brother games on Twitter. It's an iconic game. It is definitely the first one that I can personally say that was a game that I based everything on, and I still do. And David definitely is one of those people that is he's very smart when it comes to how he plays. But the only thing I hated about his games, everybody in the game were very close friends. And I went into that game blind, my first game, I went into that game and I didn't realize that everybody knew each other. But that game taught me, that game is the game that prepared me for your generation. And I don't think you guys should ever forget that generation because there's some iconic players, and you guys are very lucky that they're not playing that much anymore, to be honest. Like Kelly, a lot Shane, who just won season 7. Those were really Mikey. These are like these kids are like you do not want to fuck with them. Like they are serious players.
David, Carlos, like I was towards the end of that.
Oh, yeah, Carlos. You guys, I'm sure you still run into Carlos here and there, but you don't that much anymore. And those really are the royalty of that's the royalty of Twitter, in my eyes. But yeah, I just feel like I forgot where I was going. What was the question?
What was it like to accumulate cast for season 1?
So when I was going into casting for season 1, I was doing DSBB as a secret person. My whole thing was I was gonna go in, and my game started as revenge, and that's why my game is so brutal because it definitely is a vindictive game, because it was born in vengeance. So I wanted to get all of them back. I wanted to bring them into my game and fuck them over. Just fuck them over. And instantly, as soon as I put out the first tweet, I don't know, I was sitting there and I was thinking, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm going to create my own fucking game. And I went in anonymously, and Amber, the winner of season 1, actually clocked me. And she was like, your game looks really fun. And everybody was like, oh my God, I want to play the lemon game because I had a lemon with a veto. And I don't know, I just put the lemon inside the veto and went to town. I said, coming soon, Dee's Big Brother. And honestly, I got so many like people wanting to play. Megan was like my first person I cast. And she was like 12, I think, when I cast her. Megan was the one that I had the longest. And for the longest, I didn't have anybody else. And then all of a sudden, I did more promotions, and then people really started getting involved. And wanting to play, and Amber was like, "Who is this? Who is the host? Who's the host?" And I was like, "I can't tell you." And she wouldn't go for it, but I really wanted Amber to play. So I told her who I was, and she said, "That's fucking iconic." And she was in. And so I think from that point on, things just started falling in line. And my first cast, I had a lot of people that didn't play that I cast. I had a lot of inactives, but honestly, I didn't need those inactives because I picked the best cast, and it just was great. Gavin McCormick, Megan, um, I think I don't even know, like Amber, just so many people, just so many great players that I missed, and it was a really dramatic season, and I went, I don't know, I just kind of it just kind of flowed together and things just started happening. I mean, I think I that was the one season that I didn't plan out anything. I just kind of went with it, and I just kind of like whenever I felt like a twist needed to happen, I put it in there, and it worked. It was great. It was a great season, and we were very close cast too. So you know, it was before GH, so it was all Twitter, and it was just original, and there'll never be another season like it.
Okay. So we have a question from Gromit fan, and Gromit asks, besides your own game, what game would you like to play?
One game I would like to play or have not played.
Like, which game you would like to play? I'm assuming, he means that you haven't played already.
I don't really, the only game that I want to play on Twitter, honestly, I was asked to do this game I'm in right now, Jalen's Big Brother, season 8, plug there. Um, the only game that I will play after this one will probably be one of maybe math games or probably, I mean, the only game I'm really interested in playing is Strategic Aspect. That's the game that is dear to my heart. That game grabbed me. It's not even Big Brother, so it's like different. It's a different ball game. So honestly, I really don't think that there's another game out there that I want to play except for another season of Strategic Aspect.
Okay. Um, Now, viewers, this is the moment where things are going to get a little scary. Earlier, I tweeted right before we broadcasted that there was going to be something special for the future house guest, and here it is. The first person to screenshot this and send it to me at Merged Idol will win this power.
Oh my
3,
God.
2, 1. Okay. That is done. So the
Wow.
first person to DM me will get that power. Just a reminder. You have to DM me the picture that I sent you. Okay, so more fan asked questions.
Great. Bring them.
This broadcast is probably our most viewed on my channel so far. So we have another question from Demonica, or not from Demonica.
I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Did my personality get out?
No. Okay. So we have another question from Coco. Coco asks, would you consider reviving RRBB?
I just had to think about what that was. You know what? I wish that they would revive it. It's the best. That was the best game on Twitter. And honestly, he had the same thing that happened to me happened to him. He lost his account. Somebody maliciously destroyed his account and his history, and you don't know what that feels like. And I'll tell you this: I'm still pissed off about that because I felt like DSBB was killed that night, and uh, I'm still hurt by it. Like I literally cried because that account had been up for like 4 years, and um, it's horrible. And I remember when I was first on Twitter, and the reason I discovered Big Brother games online was that game. That's the game that made me want to play. And honestly, I wish if they're looking, I don't know that I'm going to watch this, but I wish that Brian, I think that's his name, I wish he would bring it back. Because that was an absolute, it would absolutely destroy every game that's playing right now. You guys wouldn't have any viewers if that game came back. It's really, so I wish I could. I wish I could play it. I would play that game.
Okay, so we do have a winner for my power, and I did DM them. So, this power is actually being used now.
To kill me?
You can't be killed, sister.
Okay, I was like, whoa. It's being used now? Oh my god.
Okay, so, the winner of this power I will not reveal. They will only reveal themselves if they want to. So I DM'd the winner. You have won a special power that will be kept a secret. If you choose to open the box, you may say so starting now until the premiere of DSBB9. So I asked them if they would like to use the power now or not. So they agreed and they said that they would use it. So with this power comes great responsibility for the owner. This power will be known to everyone. It will not be kept a secret. Only the winner will not be revealed. So the person that won this power, your power is you, for the first 5 evictions, well, between the first 5 evictions, can automatically kill one of the nominees. But when you do, you have to expose yourself. And if you do not kill a nominee within the first 5 weeks, you will die yourself. Just keep that in mind.
Wow, that just made my whole body like shake. Wow, I love it.
Okay, so back to fan
What
question.
game can you do that in? You can't fucking do that in anybody's game. Let me go over to Jalen's big brother and kill somebody right now. It's not gonna happen.
Fling them.
Tamara, you're dead, bitch. No, she's not, because it's not a power there. That's absolutely great. That's great. I guess I'll find out later who that is.
Yes, you will be the only other person to know other than the power winner.
Okay.
So, one of the viewers said, "Wish that power was there in BB19 for Paul." I don't know if that was.
Oh my god! Right, instead of what's that power he had?
He had the pendant of protection.
Yeah, honey, that's what that should have been. I bet Cody would have used it.
Oh, T.
And Jessica. But you know what? They still killed him because they killed him on what? Amazing Race.
There you go. Okay, so viewers, this is going to be the last call for any questions. Please spiel them out now. So, Demonica, Taylor asked, which game would you rank up with RRBB and DDBB and DSBB?
What game would I rank up with it?
Yeah, like rank up with those 3 games.
I would say that strategic aspect.
Okay. Any final questions from anyone? Give everyone just a few moments.
I mean, you have to admit that game is something. There's something about that game. People are hooked on it, and it's just one of those historical games. And so DSBB is leaving you guys in good hands. That's a great game. And if you haven't played it, you really need to try to play a season whenever they cast, because it's an experience of a lifetime.
Okay, so the last viewer asked question is from Grayson from Strategic Aspect. Grayson asks, Demonica, why are you so amazing?
I don't know. You have to ask my mother that.
Okay, so Demonica, I'm going to do something that you do with all your interviews. I want you to look in the camera and tell future house guests and viewers anything that you would like about season 9, keeping as much production stuff confidential.
Wait, can you repeat the last part? You said tell them anything about it?
Yeah, tell them anything like about DSBB9 to an extent, keeping basically anything like production wise confidential. Just like what are your thoughts on like how the season's gonna go? And if you wanna reveal another house guest, you can.
Okay, well, I just want to say that I know it may appear to you that you might know how this season's going to be, but you have no idea. This season is going to be, I mean, every season I say level 8, level 9, it will be level 9. And I can already tell you that it's already pretty much started. I mean, you can see the drama unfold right before your eyes, but I can guarantee you that it will be a ride of your life. And me and Matthew's goal this season is to give you guys an experience. I also want to say that it's not a religious-based game, so don't think that it is. It's a fantasy world, and we want you guys to come into it with that mentality that you are in a game that is a fantasy experience, and do not, please understand that my game is meant to piss you off, and it is a twisted experience. Everything in this game happens for a reason, but every wrong turn has a right turn. So do not take this game so seriously. Please come in and have fun and have an open mind and enjoy the experience and have fun. It's big twisted Big Brother on crack.
On crack.
Okay? No pun intended. Nobody's on crack or anything. It's just a really fucked up game.
Okay. So this is the end of the DSBB9 special interview with Demonica. From outside the DSBB9 house, I'm Matthew, and that is your host and creator, Demonica. Good night.